What's up? It is Wednesday, but not just every Wednesday we have. We wear pink on Wednesdays because we're the mean girls, the mean people over here. Alicia, where have you been, girl? I've missed you. Are you off work today? Getting ready? Prepping? Getting all your prepping ready for Thanksgiving? I already just pulled a comment. Look at this. I can't love this comment enough. Amanda Chesney said, Happy Thanksgiving this year. I am thankful for movement in both Michael Monkey Vaughn's case as well as Summer Wells. What a great comment. Look at this. Right off the bat. I got to do it. I got to do it. Great job, Amanda. Woo! A lot going on this week. By the way, if you guys missed my Pulitzer Prize winning video I put up yesterday, or I'll just go ahead and vote myself for an Emmy. Go ahead and check it out because I'm furious about these people in Oklahoma City that locked their daughter in a room with a dog that was starving and was aggressive with other dogs. If anybody could put the link in there, that would be great. Just when you think nothing can get you put in a bad mood on such a great week, like, we have the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade coming up tomorrow. We have lots of friends and family we're going to see. We have a crazy shopping going on Friday. Now, that is one thing I don't do. I don't do the Black Friday. I don't do it. But I can tell you right now, I will go visit some friends. We'll have people coming over. I'm going to watch the Lions and Packers tomorrow, and I'm going to watch the Cowboys and Chiefs. Now, mark my words. As the Cowboys and Chiefs are playing, I will be fucking with every Cowboys fan I can find in my phone. Jinbug, girl, you gonna get it. But it's in a fun way. It's in a fun way. Poppy said, hell no Black Friday. I did it one time for a TV. Yes, I did. And I said, never again. I don't care if you got to line up and drink your hot cocoa to get it for free. Never again. No. And I was the person out there buying the TV. Whereas you scratch your head every year, Best Buy, all of them. Oh, TVs. And I'm like, hold on. Didn't you buy a fucking TV last year? Or the year before? How many TVs do you need? There's my girl ICU doing it the smart way. She shopped all the Black Friday deals at Walmart online last night. Woo! Let's get a round of applause. Yes, for ICU. She knows the way. That's how you do it. Yeah, but today is Wednesday. Tomorrow, man, I can't believe the airports and everything. Man, it's going to be tough getting in and out. So if you're flying, if you're driving, just take your time and be careful. I promise. Even if you're late, the turkey will wait for you. But all this stuff that's been going on this week with Summer Wells, well, not just this week. I'm going to go ahead and say for the last 4+ years has been crazy. I was talking to Ange this morning. Uh-oh, I lost the cap to my pen. Come on back, buddy. Usually, like around holiday times, things really kind of chill out. Not this year. There is something in the Earth's gravitational pull. I would be watching the Rogersville Review for grand jury announcements. They won't say who it's about, but it'll be very telling when they start listing them. Every time we see a grand jury, we always hope it's for summer, but this time it really could be for summer. So let's keep our eyes out for that. Tennessee is a huge grand jury state. We had the huge breaking news the other night that for the millionth time, Lisa K. Ruetz was calling law enforcement to see if they were working with Ernie Shell. Why would you spend your time doing that? You can't ever do anything for Summer. It's always about her big old heart on, and I would hate to see what's under there for Ernie. Goodness. Then poor Michelle After Dark, who I absolutely love and admire, she put it on her channel. I don't think she understands that Lisa also says that she, and this is not Michelle's fault. Don't run to Michelle and say I'm talking shit about her, because I'm not. Because if you don't know, you don't know. Lisa has told people over the years very candidly that she speaks to the FBI about not just Summer's case, but others. And she just can't tell you what they said because they only gonna tell her. They're only gonna tell Lisa. But eventually someday she'll put it out. And let's also not forget that she sends minor children's pictures to inmates. Not a good look. Then we got this that came out yesterday. Of course, I'm the last to know. Typical, and I like it that way, okay? If I'm the first to know, it's a shitstorm and a half, and you've seen that happen. No, thank you. Ziggy acts like she's in some damn John Grisham novel. What's with this white SUV that's trying to sideswipe her every time she walks through the same intersection? Get the fuck away from that intersection. I guess the police report, all Fred saw was her laying there, but can't give you any other description. I don't know what the hell's going on, but let's go ahead and say good morning to Mike and happy Wednesday.
Oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
And I've got pink toenails today. What you got, Ziggy? Yeah, I know how to cross the road. But this same car, I guess, at the same intersection is trying to mow Ziggy down. Again, this is like something out of the Pelican Brief, written by John Grisham. I can't make sense of it. Well, I guess let the police sort it out. Have at it. Have at it. True Crime Beat, you're having spaghetti for Thanksgiving? Hey, to each their own. We had barbecue last night. And very tasty barbecue, may I add, and it was a blast. Well, before we get to it, let's tell everybody good morning. Okay, hold on. Jane said we don't have Thanksgiving here. Have it anyway. Have it just for you. Have it just for your family. I see you. She says we're having brisket for Thanksgiving. How do you do it? How do you cook it, or do you have someone do it for you? I always have a very hard time with brisket and with prime rib. I just never get it the way it needs to be. I need your secrets. Woo! Okay. So for several days, we've been talking about pig farms and all of Fred's family tree. Let's go back to something that Mr. Donald Wells said in, hold on, was this 2021 or 2022? It was shortly after the Dr. Phil episode. This is when Don was talking about how hard it was to get Candace to speak with anyone about Summer, and then said She might have made the wrong friends, but definitely gaffed, gawked, whatever the word is, when asked about maybe drug issues or anything in the house, alcohol, and he's just like, no, don't go there. Mm-mm.
Rack along with white buckets.
The pickup is possibly a 98 to 2000 maroon or red Toyota Tacoma. So my gathering is the pickup truck is 100% credible and legit. Now my question is to you, my fine friends, why did Robin Lane, the Sabbath school teacher, the Saturday school teacher, go around on these flyers and mark out the red truck saying, we don't need that anymore? She did it right in front of Chris McDonough. Right in front of Chris McDonough. I always said, what gives her the right until the police say, we don't need that truck anymore? No big deal. Nada. Nada. Robin, knowing that the red truck, which it seems to me everybody in Hawkins County owns one. Shit, I don't know how that happened. For her to take it off of flyers and tell people they're not looking for that anymore. That's weird behavior, Chickapoo. That's very weird behavior. And you're the one that was really sketched out by Don and Candace because you thought they were there for free shit. And I'm sure they were. And way before Summer disappeared, you were already thick as thieves with Candace. Good morning, Raymond Thomas. How are you today? Let's see. Momo Shark. Didn't Chris McDonough say he withheld part of the interview with Robin? He probably did, but I guarantee law enforcement has it. But he certainly made it public. Certainly made it public when she was marking out that red truck saying they don't need that anymore. Maybe because she drives one. I don't know.
In the truck bed. Who saw that and was so smart to get all that information and then remember it and then actually regurgitate it? Whose information is that?
So it was a witness in the area who believes they saw that red truck. Another neighbor also says that she thinks that she heard a scream around the time Summer went missing. So, of course, those were some of the things we brought up to the sheriff today. He said, yes, they're looking for the red truck, but he wanted to be clear. That's just something else they're looking into. They're not sure if that is really someone connected to the case. Could it have just been someone driving by? Was there even really a red truck? They don't know. They want people to be on the lookout, but it's not like they've got some kind of concrete lead that there is an abductor who is in that red truck.
Okay, this was years ago, but we know that the investigation publicly is moving forward. We all know. Okay? I'm talking Weeds on Planet Mars knows.
Says they're not anywhere near close to that right now.
Okay, so you had a chance to talk to Don Wells. This is what I really want to get into, Brian, and we've got several bits and pieces, but I want to start at the top with the question about, I don't know, I think he's alluding to the idea that maybe Summer's mom doesn't hang with a good crowd, but dig into that for me. And
Summer's mom is her own bad crowd, okay? Summer's mom, if you want to call her that, is her own bad crowd. And there's Beigefield. I love that face. She's like, seems to me that Summer's mom hangs around the wrong crowd. Yeah, think? Just look at the fucking people she was around the day that her daughter disappeared. She's her own bad crowd. She's her own bad crowd.
give me what it was he said about that.
Yeah, let me set this up for you a little bit, Ashley. The Wells, Candace, and Dawn were on Dr. Phil last week. Dawn, the dad, says Candace did not want to go on TV. They had to really push her to fly out to California and go on the show and say that it was in the best interest of Summer to get the word out. So they go on the show, and at one point during the Dr. Phil interview, when they're asking her questions, she breaks down, she takes the microphone off, and she leaves. A lot of people following this.
I will never forget that. I will never forget that, ever. When she's pulling out the jean jacket, I just want to go home. She's pulling off the wires. They weren't asking her anything really way out there at all. I just want to go home. There's Dawn, acting like, Dr. Phil with a ponytail. Hey, they're just trying to help you. They're just trying to help us find Summer. But it's not helping me. It's not helping me, Donnie. And then scoots her ass out the door. But she got crack and she got free teeth. So, hey, all is one. KJ said, yes, Robin's husband bought a red truck after Summer went missing, and Robin didn't want her husband to get looked at. So she took it upon herself to mark it out. That's crazy. It is crazy. Absolutely freaking nuts. What if he bought it after Summer went missing? Then you already know nobody's looking for his damn truck. And I have a feeling Robin's husband didn't buy some old fucking beater from the 90s. No offense to anyone that has older vehicles. Actually, they're worth a lot of money now. Stupid.
Case have questioned, including the sheriff himself, does Candace Wells know something about what happened? Not necessarily something that she did to her daughter, but does she know something about what happened that she is perhaps not sharing with authorities? And that sort of was the basis for my questioning of Dawn Wells. Take a listen. Is it possible that something happened to Summer that Candace knows about that's not her fault, but she is just nervous now and feeling bad about it?
Well, no, because she knows better. She would know to go directly to law enforcement. An accident's one thing. She would never do something like that. She knows better than that. I know it happens. It does happen with people, but no, she would go directly to law enforcement. She'd call an ambulance right away, number one,
How well does Dawn know his wife? She would call an ambulance right away. However, we know the stories, and I don't call them stories, I call them factual information that has come from Allie's daughter, True, and others about when other things that have happened. One of the boys was missing for well over 2 hours. Found him, all is good, okay? We know the story about how Summer got into something and they went over to Allie's house because Allie's a piss catcher at the nursing home. What does she know about treating what could possibly be getting into poison or, drugs? What does she know about that? Cher said, I think she has some knowledge, but I think Dawn knows more than her. Faux show. I agree.
do anything, she would freak out.
Could she have gotten herself into a situation where it wasn't her fault, but
no.
You know what I mean?
No. She's a good mother.
He said she was, and then he corrected himself and said she is.
She loves her children. She's not going to allow any situation like that. The biggest mistake she might have made is maybe choosing some wrong friends, which is, it happens.
Okay, right there he says it. He's speaking right there to News Daddy. Biggest mistake she made, maybe was choosing the wrong friends. I will never understand the dynamics of their marriage. And I mean, ever, 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 ever. It is a huge question for me. You live in the same home, you live on the same road, the same hauler. How do you not know her friends? How do you claim there's no evidence?
So, Brian, what did that mean? Sometimes she chooses some wrong friends. That was kind of a sketchy thing to say.
Yeah, and for people who follow this case, and there are a lot of people online who follow this case very closely, that is what they picked up on. He has not said that before. And the question is, what did he mean by wrong friends? I pushed him on that. He wouldn't really elaborate and sort of change the subject. But yes, that was the interesting part to us. And even the sheriff today, when I interviewed him, said, yeah, that was interesting. We haven't necessarily heard that before.
You just mentioned something I think is super important. And the fact is that the kids were removed from the home. The other 3 brothers were removed from the home. Give me a little bit more on that, because that doesn't just happen because one child goes missing. Like the Smarts kids weren't all removed from their home. There were 5 kids. They stayed with the Smarts, the other 4. So why were these kids taken out?
That's a very good question. Bottom line, we don't know. It's all confidential because they're underage, and the case has actually been put under a gag order. We weren't even able to.
Yeah, the only person that didn't get that memo was Dawn and Candace. But now listen to what Enton says right here, that he played that clip where Dawn said she chose the wrong friends. And the sheriff's department, who at the sheriff's department, I don't know, said that is something they never heard before and was very interesting. And now here we are.
Mistakes she might have made is maybe choosing some wrong friends, which is, you know, it happens.
So, Brian, what did that mean? Sometimes she chooses some wrong friends. That was kind of a sketchy thing to say.
Yeah, and for people who follow this case, and there are a lot of people online who follow this case very closely, that is what they picked up on. He has not said that before. And the question is, what did he mean by wrong friends? I pushed him on that. He wouldn't really elaborate and sort of change the subject. But yes, that was the interesting part to us. And even the sheriff today, when I interviewed him, said, yeah, that was interesting. We haven't necessarily heard that before.
There is a lot in that interview. And I mean, you have to listen to it over and over and over again. And the fact that law enforcement was very interested in Dawn saying she chose the wrong friends. Woo! All right. We have Retro backstage. What's up, girlfriend?
Oh my goodness, my mind is just going about a million miles an hour on this case, and I've got a cold, but it's still it's just
You
my
sound better than you did earlier.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I took a aspirin and some of that Mucinex, but anyways, yeah, I was listening to that live that I told you about earlier. I guess I can. It was Justin. I hope
Yeah,
you
I'm going to go through a clip from it that Phoebe put up. Very interesting. Very interesting.
But
she doesn't want to speak publicly. She doesn't want to say anything about what's going on in the case. But she says that Dawn's about to get in trouble.
Oh, from watching that live?
Yeah, I just caught a clip. I haven't had time to watch the whole thing. I'm a bad friend. I had Thanksgiving going on last night.
You're not a bad friend at all. Sorry, my dog is yelling. No, you're not a bad friend at all. But no, she said something's going to happen to Dawn. He just doesn't know it yet. Could that mean that he's in law enforcement? That's because Justin would have had to disguise the voice of the person that Candace was talking to. But what Candace says is she says Don's gonna something's gonna happen to Don. He doesn't know it yet. Something's gonna happen to Don. He don't know it yet, or however she talks with a mouthful of marbles. But that's what she says.
Okay, let's go through the clip from Phoebe Australia. Love her, love her, love her. And we're going to unpack more of this, but we have a lot of people to talk about. First off, Sweet Sativa, we're not talking about you, but your comment. Great comment, by the way. So Fred has not been cleared, correct? No. I still don't know if the email, I'm just going to go ahead and say the email, I'm just going to go with public opinion for now, that it's about Cotton Simpson. So basically, his wife and family can sleep well at night knowing that he's been cleared in one horrific crime, but not the crime of a little girl that everyone is truly upset about. Could you imagine? Okay, so you got cleared in one crime. Good for you. Great day. But now the other one, you're not. Okay, you're still a suspect. I couldn't imagine. All right, let's listen to this clip. Phoebe got it from Justin's channel. All good. Just listen to what Candace says.
When the time is right, you'll know. Now, what does that mean? I can't tell you.
He's fixing to happen to him real bad, and he just don't know it yet. When the time's right, you'll know.
Kelly, it was recently. Recently. Yep.
Oh, Beverly 502. Could it be today since it's my birthday? Please stop what you're doing. Everyone, pipe up. Come on. It is time to tell Beverly happy birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Beverly, and thank you for sharing it with us. Just Me 6767 would love to see a Thanksgiving perp walk. Debbie is seeing this conversation a different way. She is getting ready to off Dawn. Woo!
That's the way I saw it.
Hey, they drop like flies around old Can't, don't they?
I know.
Once you're not useful to her, you better watch out. I mean, hello, Ziggy. Someone's trying to roll her over at the same damn intersection 2 days in a row. Like I said, like a damn John Grisham novel.
She was speaking. I've talked to several people that talked to her. And I can't play right now because I'm going to have to disguise the person's voice. But I can tell you she said she did not go to the Sonic that day.
Okay, why lie about that? And why did Lisa K. Ruitt say that she spoke to a lady at the Sonic that saw Summer? I'm going to go ahead and chalk that one up to bullshit from Lisa Gong. Interviewing the car hops. Way to go, Lisa. Interviewing the car hops at Sonic.
And either way, you ask, why is she lying? Why is she lying about it? Why would she go back to Dawn and the Hill if something is going to happen to Dawn? It's Candace. Candace is going to be with Dawn until something happens. 2 seconds long. But what Candace says is very interesting.
He's fixing something to happen to him real bad, and he just don't know it yet. When the time's right, you'll know.
Did you hear that? I'm going to play it again.
He's fixing something to happen to him real bad, and he just don't know it yet. When the time's right, you'll know.
Candace says something's fixing bad, and I'm going to put allegedly in there, to happen to Don, and he just don't know it yet. When the time is right, you'll know.
I'm going off on a limb here. I'm going to look at some other cases. One that's, tip of the tongue, which is Michael Monkey Vaughn. The biggest tip that came in to Fruitland, FBI, Idaho State Police, was from Stacy Wandra, and he's a suspect himself. What do they say? First to talk, first to walk. Did Candace finally say something? Hence why you got Tim Mullen there on the Find Summerwell's Facebook page saying they don't want to talk about the new developments. Something to ponder over, something to think about. What do you think, Retro?
Well, Justin said somewhere else on that live that the people he's been talking to, and he's done, got some connections, I guess, going there and lives in the area. But he said the people that he's been talking to have said that Don and Candace are not saying a word, and it's really weird.
Damn right it's weird.
Because they're usually, drunk blathering
Now,
everything under the sun.
Especially
Anybody will listen.
Especially when the anxiety gets going.
Yeah.
what does that mean? I can't tell you.
He's fixing something to happen to him real bad, and he just don't know it yet. When the time's right, you'll know.
Okay, I'm going to say this. Just with our history of Candace over the years, when she gets anxious and she gets scared, she's Miss Big Talk. And she loves that bullshit. Something's going to happen to Dawn. How many times did we hear her throwing Dawn under the bus when Dawn was in jail for violating his probation?
Yeah, she seems to really have quite a love-hate relationship with him.
I know. Don't think if Dee that just passed away, well, in September, don't think if her husband didn't say, hey, it's okay. You can leave your teeth on my coffee table, can't. You're welcome to be here anytime. She'd be done with Dawn. She loves to be a pet. She loves to be handed some money, saying, go get your cigarettes, go whatever you need, get back home. You don't have to do anything more than that.
Yeah, she seems almost like a young girl just looking for somebody to take care of her.
I think we can just see over the short time we've known her, she's got absolutely nothing to give back to a husband, to a family, to society. I mean, nobody. Now, let's go through this real quick. And there's some music playing in the background, so I'm going to turn it down because I am not licensed to use that music. But I want to go back to when Hunter's interview with Chris McDonough, and a lot was not in there. But one thing he said was, in her phone, a guy named Andy said, it's done. It's done. So you just have to watch this with me. But I want you to get the creepiness of the video. Because I have a feeling I know who Andy is.
A light bulb just came on in my head, but I'm glad you're talking about this.
Yes, baby. Okay, I was trying to play some music for you, but instead, Chris McDonough has always been focused on the shed, and he's always said, "I'm not leaving that hill." He said, "The clearing takes you to the house." There's a lot going on there. A lot of places to hide. A lot of places to put a child that you need got gone. She just got gone, buddy. That's what Dawn said. She just got gone, buddy. I'll see her in the resurrection. There's a closer look from the road. Nothing creepy about that. I feel like I'm watching the Blair Witch Project in freaking color. Right there, Chris asked her, "Have you been searching?" That's when she goes through the bullshit. There's nowhere to search. They've searched everything and she's not supposed to. The first time I heard Don say she just got gone, buddy, is when he spoke to Jeff Bobo at Rogersville Review on June 18th of 2021, which is the same day that Grandis and Candace went to the water park. The freaking water park. All right, so we heard, Hunter say, "Oh, honey, your camera's on. Let me get you down." We heard Hunter say that I'm not going to put her on. She's not feeling good. That's very rude. Poor girl. She's been sick. Cher wants to know, did Grandis go though? Thought she took a nap. They all have slipped up. Oh yeah, Grandis was at the water park on the 18th. Hang on, let me find the picture. And again, I had a bunch of idiots saying to me, "Well, can't they just go enjoy themselves for the day? I mean, they're just taking the boys." The boys were David Dotson. Supposedly, Grandis took a nap that day. Yeah, there they are at the water park. Look at that. At the water park, getting their monthly shower. So who is the Andy that Hunter's talking about? Our immediate assumption was Andy Bernard. Because we already know Jody Sue Brown hates his ass. Okay? Hates him. But he put this out for everyone to hear. This is him talking to Pruitt. And yes, it's been authenticated. And yes, it's been validated.
Sheriff's office.
That's the same woman that everybody talked to on Monday. And people thinks that she doesn't know anything. No, this chick rules the roost there. Okay? She should run for sheriff.
Yeah, I was I was just trying to get a hold of Detective Pruitt. I was trying to find out a couple of things about something.
Hold on just a minute.
Thank you.
Detective Pruitt.
Yes, sir. How you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
All right. My name's George Bernard, Andy Bernard. I live at 125 Ben Hill Road. I was just trying to figure out some information, maybe, possibly.
What about?
Well, okay, for 3 years, I've been wrapped up in the middle of the Summer Wells case. For a while now, Fred, my cousin, has been saying that I was on the road that day. Nobody else has questioned me after I left my residence, when I separated from my
You're
ex.
cutting in and out, sir. I can't hear half of what you're saying.
Can you hear me better now?
A little bit.
Okay. I left my residence, didn't go back till September. I went through a separation in the process. I mean, I was just wondering, I was just trying to figure out if there was anything I could do, needed to do. Do you need to talk to me, see me?
No,
mean,
sir.
Was I on?
Unless concrete leads come up that we can sort of verify the direction it's headed, we're just accepting concrete leads, and your name has not come up.
Okay. Well,
That, and I wouldn't put too much faith in what Fred Hill is saying.
well, I kind of knew that too.
Yeah, we're not putting any faith in what Fred says. Okay. If this email is totally legitimate, it has to do with Cotton Simpson, according to the person that originally got the email. It has nothing to do with Summer. So he's still a suspect in Summer's case, because everyone I spoke to, I said, this is about Summer Wells. And they're like, no, that has no. Yeah, he's still a suspect, according to them.
For the rip, but for 3 years, this has kind of been affecting me for 3 years.
I understand, sir, but like I said, your name is not relevant to the investigation, so you don't have anything to be concerned about.
Okay, I greatly appreciate that. That eases my mind a lot, and I greatly appreciate you, sir.
Have a good day.
You too, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Woo! Woo! All right. Will the real Andy please stand up? Because I was going through a lot of stuff about Randy Paul Hill. He also goes by the name Andy. Yes, he trims trees. Yes, he was doing some work that day. Is he contracted by the county? That I don't know. But Dee put this together, Dee True Crime. She's got a lot of little shorts and videos on there. And basically everything that I had put together, she already had dug up. This is awesome.
That matches the property we're looking for. And I think we have a match right here. There's a pond. And I can't show the address, so I had to cut some of this map video out. We have little access roads. We have a shop, a barn and a shop. Looks like trees, cut trees laying on the ground. Looks like they haul tree logs. Let's go down the fence line a little bit. Go over the property. This property is very interesting because it has little dirt roads all over it.
And also the owners of the property, Paul, and I believe her name is Rosie, aren't the type of people they're going to walk 27 acres a day. And with the riffraff around them, I think they just kind of trust who's around them, and they don't think anything bad is going on. Debbie has a question. Maybe it was Randy Andy. I'm thinking that the Andy that Hunter was talking about was Andy Paul Hill. He's been using the name Andy for quite a while.
All over it. I'm glad it showed in the wintertime. We wouldn't be able to see anything if it was all, the trees are all branched out. It was a field, plowed field, one field.
"27 acres is a lot of property, and I mean a lot. Even if law enforcement goes out there and they do the same search they did for summer, where it's military style, it would take weeks. It does make me wonder how this got on their radar so late in the game, but it will all come out in the wash."
See the little like dirt road going down through there? It looks like a wash. You can see it goes back on in there. And you can tell the vehicles have been going down that road because you can see the tires where the tires made the tracks. So it's used. It's not just sit there collecting dust, as Hunter would say. Very interesting. I didn't want to add an address because I don't even know the address. I know the address of this property, but I can't show it because they'll take my video down. Until we know what they found in their search on the 13th, we don't know what we're looking for. We're just looking at a property. But we have no idea what they found or how.
Imagine the day that D True Crime does better work than the oh so important Emma from Crime Stories Obsessed. She will put up a Google Earth image from like decades ago and say, someone needs to go look at it. Can't make it up. It would crack me up if it didn't have to do with a missing child, but it's one thing after another around here.
How this place might be tied to the Summer Wells case. And they're not going to tell us what they found. They won't tell that until court time comes, if there is a court time. Now, I know I don't have bad ears, and I know at the beginning.
Okay, I'm with D 100%. I'm with D 100%. I don't have the best hearing all the time, and that has to do with my the way I pay attention. I clearly heard Hunter say that when he saw that message, it was from someone named Andy saying it's done. Now, this Randy P. Hill also uses the name Andy. And remember, this is a saved contact in Camp Cant's phone. So she got a random text on a day where she's making up all kinds of busy errands, okay? And she gets a text from someone named Andy saying it's done. Question from Common Sense True Crime. Where's Daisy? Is she hiding with the Wells? For real. Y'all, where'd Daisy go? Woo! Where'd Daisy go? The Andy, in my opinion, is Randy P. Hill. all the boxes are checked.
In the first year of this case, I heard Fred Hill tell Ziggy, Andy Paul. He didn't say Randy Paul. He said Andy Paul. And I want to know why Fred Hill said that. Like, I know I'm getting pretty old, but my ears do not fail me, nor my eyes.
She's right. He did say it. Andy Hill. But they have been laser focused on Andy Bernard.
If something is put in front of my face, my ears are good ears. If you heard Fred Hill say Andy Paul, please write it in the comments. In fact, until recently, in the last week, we haven't heard about Randy Paul at all. We heard about Andy Paul. Why is that after 4 years?
Screenshots of some posts about this Andy Paul. About what Ryan had said, I guess. Stepdaughter, really, right?
Yes. I mean, it was like the next day after when I found out immediately, it was the same day that he ended up leaving the property. As soon as I found out he had gave her weed and alcohol, because I went and confronted him about it.
It only took about 10 minutes to do the required research to resolve the fact that Johnson's criminal charges as far back as 2001 required regular address registrations with the parole officer in the registry, or he would be rearrested. He said from 93 through 2024, Johnson has lived in Cleveland, Tennessee, which is roughly 165 miles, 2 hours and 40-minute drive from Ben Hill Road. His last registered change of address within the town of Cleveland, Tennessee itself was in 2003. And if he didn't leave the town, he moved to a new street. He could not have attempted to stay 165 miles away without informing his parole officer, and TBI would have already known about this. Fried has lied once again. So he put Fried has lied once again, attempting to drag yet another name into the Summerwells case since his accusations of Cotton and Andy Bernard have failed. Oh, have they failed? They failed.
I find nothing funny about this unless something funny happens. I hate to tell Ziggy, but this is your fam, girl. These are the people you have, this is the family you have married into. And when Hunter mentioned to Chris McDonough in July, I believe that's when the interview was, of 2021, that there was a text from someone named Andy saved in her phone that said it's done. Well, it wasn't done at the time because Summer was still alive and well, and I hope she still is, in Grandis's truck with all of them. It's done. Something is in the works, and it is 100% set up. Now, let's look at the timeline as we know it and not Cant's timeline. I don't care about her timeline. Hell, at this point, no one cares about her timeline until she tells the truth, okay? They get home, fuck those flowers, and walking her over to the door and asking the brothers to watch her. We know that didn't happen. We know that didn't happen. But we do know she went to Fred's, and shortly after, she contacted Marlena Crawford, to tell her Summer is missing. In my opinion only, take it for what it's worth, she wanted to make sure Marlena knew something bad had happened to Summer because she knew CPS was at her house the day before due to something that had happened to Marlena's daughter the week before. And the plot thickens. We can fast forward to spring of 2025 when Candace confides in her friend Jinkies. Do not blame Jinkies. She did nothing wrong. And she said to her, she was not worried about neglect or endangerment charges. She was worried about getting a sexual abuse charge. She said for her and Donnie.
A monthly subscription to a background check service is very cheap. If anyone plans to publish any future accusations from Fred, please invest in one. Okay. So do you really think that it's not possible that this dude could have stayed at other addresses besides the one that's registered to him? You really, so you think that it's that, oh, this guy's not a criminal. Did you see this guy's charges, Ryan? You're sitting here and trying to defend this guy like he is some kind of like good dude that we're dragging through the mud.
Ziggy, Fred sat there that whole time. Fred has been sitting there for 4 years telling half truths. Y'all were saying Andy Paul. That's a fact. Now we find out it's Randy Paul Hill. Well, why didn't Fred Hill tell us it was Randy Paul Hill from the beginning? We went through all these Paul Hills. I spent 1,000 hours researching Andy Paul. That is one thing that's been against the Summer Wells case since it started. All these people that could be suspects out here talking about this case, putting the ideas across that aren't even true, telling half-truths, telling names, using the middle name and the last name. He didn't even tell us the last name was Andy Paul. That's what Fred Hill said when he talked to you in January of 2022. This just goes to prove that Fred Hill isn't a liar, but he sure don't tell the whole truth. He let them sit there and argue and fight with each other, and he knew the whole time the guy's name was Randy Paul Hill. Thank y'all for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you're wondering who the guy is and the little baby, that's my nephew and his little baby. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and share, and join my memberships. Y'all have a good day.
Yeah, check out D True Crime. Please give her a sub, give her a like. Listen, it's free. I don't have a whiteboard big enough. I need a billboard, not a whiteboard. Okay. She is 1,000% correct. They have been using the nickname for Randall Paul Hill all this time. Andy Hill. Or Andy Paul. Some people call him A. Paul. Some people call him Randy. So all we know is that Hunter saw in her phone someone named Andy, and it's not Andy Bernard as we know it today, because he's already been told, you are not relevant to this investigation. Let me tell you what, that's better than saying you're clear. You're crystal clear. You're not relevant to this investigation. Ta-ta for now. If you hear something, let me know. Let me know. Annette, you're my diamond too. Thank you, baby. You know, and now we get to the whole hog situation. This is from Curse of Curiosity that clipped all this. I think from Cher's channel, Ziggy's channel, you name it. You know, Ziggy's going to have some problems, and I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good for her. And I know she's got really good friends on her channel and, you know, in her real life, and I hope that they are all there for her because I know how the internet does. I know how it does. I've seen it in so many cases, especially with victims' family members. Let me see. I'm going to look at the case of Gannon Stout. His mom, sweet, 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 sweet lady, okay? And she was warned that all of these people will soon fall away. And they did. Of course they did. So I just hope that the friends that Ziggy has made, you know, are there for her, because this is not going to be good. This is messy. This is messy. This is not internet. This is not a soap opera. This is a little girl's life.
Fed to hogs? How would she know that Fred? If she knew such a thing, why didn't she turn it in? So Fred fed some Mexicans to hogs.
Whose hogs was it? Whose hogs was it?
Yeah, whose hogs?
Here, I don't want any confusion. Debbie said, Andy B has not been cleared. He was never a suspect. All I can say is what Pruitt said to him, saying, you are not relevant to this case. Unless something concrete falls on the top of the sheriff's building, then we'll talk to you again.
Only hogs I ever know, Doug, was one that Redmond owned around time someone went missing, you know?
Yeah.
Sinclair.
Now, I would like to know who Redmond is. He's saying the only one he knows is the Redmond family. So you're telling me he doesn't know that his Uncle Paul has a huge pig farm on his 27 acres? I couldn't imagine if that's what happened, putting that little girl with all those hogs. No way. No way.
Like the early 80s, we had serial killers called the Picton brothers, and they would murder prostitutes and I think some young children, but a lot of them ended up being prostitutes. And there was like, they were having parties out in their barn and stuff like that. And anyways, they were getting rid of the bodies by feeding them to the pigs and everything. And they kept all the shoes though. So anyways, police and stuff were very corrupt and a part of these parties and all that, which is why the family got away with what they got away with for so long. But one of the first things I did anyways in Summer's case was look around at pig farmers close by. Yeah. Do you think that would be an option? Like any hog farms or hog pits or pig farms?
Ed Redmond had a bunch of hogs when Summer went missing.
So a guy named Redmond had a bunch of hogs when Summer went missing. Listen, it's not out of the ordinary for a rural community to have a lot of hogs, and some people have a lot, and some people might just have one or two. But we're skating around who really has the hogs, and I'm not saying that's my theory. I'm not ready to open up my theory yet.
Ed Redmond.
I don't know that name.
Yeah, Ed Redmond.
He's the one that's down at the end.
At the end of Ben Hill.
Very end.
He had like 6 or 8 big hogs, and then he slaughtered them not too long after Summer went missing. Well, as soon as it started getting cool.
Yeah, because that was something that we talked about, and because we were like, who had, because that was a topic that came up. Like, because a lot of people know that as criminals, like feed them to the hogs or whatever. Brad fed some Mexicans to hogs.
Whose hogs was it then?
Yeah, whose hogs? And we did talk about that, and I remember.
Is it funny to feed Mexicans to hogs? What the fuck? Huh. That's a new one for me. And I love funny shit. Someone let me in on the joke.
Fred telling me about the Redmonds did have hogs at that time.
Yeah, right on the side of the road.
Right there.
Right in front of his house.
And that would be the right there past
207.
Past 207,
yeah,
where
I mean, the house is right at the property line at the end of my mom's property at 207 and his property. That's where he had them, on that corner.
So it's very close. Pigs don't eat feet, right? Hands and feet.
Yeah. Oh, they don't eat feet?
I don't think they eat hand. Well, I don't know.
All I know about, the hogs around Oklahoma, I spoke about it with the Panhandle case. Basically, God's rejects that killed the 2 women that were coming from Kansas. I have a whole playlist about it if you want to see it. It was mentioned about hogs. Of course, Lisa K. Ruitz jumped right in the middle of it and said I didn't know what I was talking about because she knows everything about hog farming now. Anyway, it was put out by our agriculture department. They eat everything except, as far as they know, teeth. Teeth. Now, again, I'm not saying that that's what happened to her. I am not saying that. I'm going back to what Dawn said. See, the focus is away from Dawn and Candace now. And we're going to get it right back. We're going to get it right back. So, Dawn, how did she just get gone? And who are the wrong friends?
A very, very malnourished 5-year-old is completely different than like an adult. But I know with the Picton brothers situation, I think they found like feet.
Yeah. And that's where we found all those. Well, you found all those bones. So and that was in 2022, probably. So I would think if that turned out to be anything, I don't know. It does take a couple years for them to get back. Like, that's what people don't realize too. If they found anything, they could have already found her. You know what I mean? If she is deceased and not just haven't been identified yet, it can take up to 2 or 3 years.
2 years at least. In
Yeah. So it's, if she was found, deceased, obviously she would be just bones, unfortunately, and that would take time, a long time.
Stand Donald, but
Don't go there with me, sissy.
okay, the accusation that she made though, is it
Whatever
true?
your fucking name is. What is your fucking name?
Sissy, hun, and that's what you need to
No,
be
it's
calling me.
Kathy. Don't fucking
No,
lie to me.
no, it's not. Absolutely not.
Now,
My
why don't
name,
you go by your real name? Why don't you show your fucking face?
I would if I didn't
Who the
have people
fuck are
calling me up, threatening me and my
Who the
children.
fuck are you?
You hollered at me. You have actually called me and threatened me,
Real
Donald,
face on YouTube. Why don't you be a real person?
because too many sickos out there.
He is a real threatener. I can say that from personal experience. Nasty bastard. He told me I wasn't pretty enough to get raped and only black people want to sleep with me. Excuse me. Excuse me, Denzel. My husband's not open today. Not open. My husband's not home today. And then his beautiful bride called me a pussy fart. These are not nice people.
I want to hurt people, and I've got children to protect, don't I, Donald?
Like you.
I have
You
children
want
to
to go on there and
protect.
create a bunch of shit. You won't even show your real face. You keep on throwing Mary and all kind of crazy shit. Oh, the woman card. Oh, bitch, look up there and peeked at me. Really, bitch?
Donald, listen.
No, you play the game. We know what you're about.
Did you tell your dad
Come on,
that
man.
Summer is in a tank anywhere? I just want to hear yes or no.
Yes or no on what,
Did-
dumbass?
Mary said,
Man, fuck Mary. Fuck Mary.
she came out and said that you told, okay, your dad supposed, here, okay, let's forget about Mary. Okay, Donald, let's forget about Mary.
See what you're doing? Do you see what you're doing?
Let's forget about it. Your dad supposedly said that you told him
Come the fuck
that,
on. Remember
that
my
you
dad-
believe
see, no.
Candace stuck.
Okay, hold up.
Hey,
Remember
Don.
Mary saying my dad's
Hey, Don. I'm in Churchill right
now
now.
all of a sudden he's not senile? Which one is it? Which one is it? Is he senile and he don't know what he's saying? Or is he not senile and he does know what he's saying? Which one is it?
That's what I was trying to say. I just wanted to know if you
don't
said
want
that
to
or
know
not.
nothing. You want to stir up shit.
It's easy a question as yes or no. No. All you had to say is no, sissy. All you had to
You're
say is
bad.
all you had
We're
to say.
missing our daughter.
Me Saint said, I'm sorry, but the pussy fart insult is hilarious. For real, I had to mute myself. About fell out of my damn chair. She was banging around in the cabinets. He's like, oh, it's from I think it's what is it? It was like it's Brooks. Candace, come, you've talked to her before. I don't talk that fucking pussy fart. And it's like clang, clang. Let me try to do it. Get off the phone, Donnie. Get off the phone, Donnie. Get off the phone, Donnie. I'm not talking about pussy fart. And I'm like, dude, what? I don't got no bunghole there. What you talking about? I keep my pussy part clean.
And you don't want to find her. You just want to fucking make a YouTube channel.
Donald, I know that
No,
when you don't want to lie to me.
Donald,
No,
what's your real name?
I don't need I don't need a YouTube
Show
channel,
your
Donald.
face.
I don't need a YouTube
You have
channel.
no balls.
Okay.
You're not even a real woman. Man,
I hope I don't have no balls, Donald. I hope I don't have no balls. Okay.
Kathy, whatever your fucking name is.
Well, whatever you want to call me,
No, you want
sweetheart.
to keep playing all these cards.
Call me whatever you
Bullshit
want.
cards. You're evil, man.
I'm evil. I'm evil. I'm not the one. I'm not the one refusing to answer questions. You know what you're trying to do? I know you, Donald. And when you don't want to, when you don't want to lie to me, when you don't want to lie to me, Donald, when you don't want to tell a lie, you go around the damn bush. So obviously you told your dad. Obviously you told really.
Woo! 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 My goodness. My goodness. Let's see what some things. Cranky said, I'm dying here. Me too. You should have seen my face when I heard it. I was like, woo. Well, that's great. Don't lie to me, Donald. That should be the name of the show. Don't lie to me, Donald. Exactly, Chrissy. I got special soap for that. I guarantee it's something that old Can't don't get. And we've heard for a long time that Fred, Fred is always trying to tickle our pickle with what he knows. Okay, so this is when he had that Dumb and Dumber haircut, and he was in the jail for, I can't even tell you what stay this was, at the Holiday Inn at the Hawkins County Sheriff's Department. Wow. Okay, no idea. Look at that. Thank you, Cranky. I'm Cranky's favorite pussy fart. All right. I'm bringing pussy fart back. I couldn't remember. One time, Candace told me I was a loser. You know how I felt about myself? When Candace calls you a loser, we're talking about Candace Bly Wells. All the good, which is little bit. The bad, I got all day. And the indifferent. Can you imagine what a slap at your self-esteem you take when Candace calls you a pussy fart and a loser while she's banging around in the cabinets, which are probably just full of fucking German roaches and rats? My goodness. Nicole 1234, thank you for the super sticker. Don has done several interviews with multiple creators and said he was home and then again and some at work. He's never consistent. Let's talk about that. That could be its own show. Remember, he's got dirty, dirty, dirty work. He's one of the top 10 drywallers in America. Okay? However, he gets home on the 15th of June, 2021, and he's got on clean clothes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He also said to Brian Enton, or maybe we weren't paying attention. To me, that is a Freudian slip. Maybe we weren't paying attention. Paying attention to what? Child abuse? Taking naked showers with your baby girl? Come on now. Tier said, it's not Randy. It's not Andy. It's Randy. Yeah, we get his name. The thing is, it was in her phone as Andy. And Fred calls him Andy. It's a lot to keep up with. I'm sorry. So I think this is one of the Pop-Tart calls where Ziggy was calling Fred and they were negotiating over getting him some Pop-Tarts and like the beefaroni and all the commissary things. But he told her he has a real good idea what happened to Summer. And he was asked about Summer when he was in the jail. Then they polygraphed him about Cotton Simpson. Now, the email that was floating around over the weekend into Monday, everybody was calling. Supposedly, that has to do with Cotton Simpson. So, hey, half a dozen in one hand, a dozen in the other. So he's cleared of one horrible crime, but not another. Happy Thanksgiving.
To accept this call, dial 1. No. To reject this call, your call has been accepted.
Hello? Hey, what's going on? I don't know where she got arrested at. I'm trying to still figure that out. I mean, Hawkins County. She's in Hawkins County.
She's gonna be in Hawkins County?
Yeah. You didn't know that? I messaged you. I sent you an email to tell you. Oh. She had it looks like she had a possession and a possession charge and a paraphernalia charge.
For what?
Meth, I guess. Yeah, I don't know why she you would think that she would have known that they would be watching her, you know?
Like a damn John Grisham novel. Imagine calling your future husband to tell him that his current paramour is in trouble for paraphernalia. Can't make it up.
Well, I don't know why would she.
Why she what?
Why she would even have him.
Why she would even have anything on her? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why she would have.
Man, your guys' phone system sucks. It cuts in and out.
I know, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I talked to Laura 3 hours before she was arrested.
When did she get arrested?
Yeah, she got arrested at like 12:30 in the morning today. So yeah, late last night, early this morning at 12:30. So hey, did you have court this morning?
I've always wondered why Fred and Laura, okay, for one, they have children that they don't take care of. Someone else has them, okay? And even though people have assured me over the years that it's a better situation for them, I don't get it. But I'll leave that one to the side. I've always wondered why these two, Fred and Laura, have kept in contact with Ziggy all these years to let her know how damn well they're doing. I mean, they're getting calls from the jail, letting her know they're in trouble for this and in trouble for that. Why? Why? And he left Tennessee for a reason, a big reason. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. He was king of that hill, okay? He knows everybody. He knows how people come down the road. He knows when they leave. He knows what they're on, what they buy, where they go, the entire thing. Why would he give up that lap of luxury to go to Indiana to be with Ziggy? Somebody's using somebody, and it will come out.
No, I don't have court.
Hey, it's listed here on it said that you had court this morning. It said 6:23 at 9 a.m. Yeah, I just noticed this like today, and I was like, oh my God, or I saw it late last night, and I was like, oh my God, he has court this morning. What was that?
October the 31st.
Yeah, I don't even see that court date anymore.
Well, hell, I don't know. They may somebody sounds better.
A little bit. What'd you say? Maybe they what?
When we got on the phone or the interview yesterday,
Yeah.
they took me up to was questioning me about something again.
They did? Again?
I got a lie detector test and all that.
They gave you a lie detector test?
I think they may have found her,
You think they may have found her?
because he went straight up and answered me. When I asked him if she was in the cave,
In the cave? You think, is that where you were thinking she was?
yes.
Oh, I thought you were saying she was off like a cliff.
Cave, cliff, tomato. So where is she, Fred? Where is she, Fred? Thank you, Helen. I tell you what, Helen, you were one of the first people that started coming around the channel for summer. And look at this. After all this time, you're still here and you haven't given up. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And can we all have a round of applause for Helen and for all of you that are never giving up on summer? I thought you said she was off a cliff. That's Cotton Simpson. Okay? Take a note. Get a big pen. Get a pen. Write it down. These are important details. Even if they're bullshit, it's always in it. Okay? It's always in the translation.
She is underwater.
Underwater? So when did you learn this? Through what?
A person
So you heard this? I mean, who did you speak? It sucks. That phone's. Is there another phone there you can call me on?
Yes, Ziggy, because it's very convenient to be at the Holiday Hawkins County Sheriff's Department Inn. Yeah, you can switch phones just like that. You see, you're on a government phone, girlfriend. Pat K said, underwater in a cave off a cliff. Scary shit. My husband has always said he believes she's in a cave around there somewhere. Makes perfect sense to me because, we do know that the director of the TBI back in 2022, I think, said that he needed a special airplane that has X-ray that can go over to look through rocks and caves. But hey, some people still think she just wandered off and is somewhere around there. I won't get to those people today because, well, they're just really not worth our time.
Or is there just one phone? They're all used?
Yeah.
Hey, who did you talk to? Did you talk to TBI or Hawkins County?
I talked to Hawkins County.
You think it was Hawkins County?
Yes.
Who was it that questioned you?
It was Lieutenant. I don't know.
Lieutenant Pruitt or no? I don't know.
I don't know which it was. You know.
So you think that they may have found her, really?
Because they wouldn't answer.
They
would just say that they found the cave.
They found the cave?
Yeah.
So, okay, once again.
When I asked if they found
Yeah.
they found the cave.
So when you asked if they found Summer, they want to answer you?
No.
They avoided the question?
Yes, so it makes sense that they did.
Um,
And then that's when the lie
they gave you a lie detector test? Did you pass?
they're wanting to give me the lie
Oh, are you going to take it?
Not yet.
Are you going to?
Yes, I might cooperate.
You said yes? Okay, awesome. So, okay, when did
That's good dating material there. Are you going to take it, Bonnie and Clyde? Are you going to take it? Yeah, I told him I'd cooperate. Oh, that's a good idea. Rocking back and forth in the chair. Rocking back and forth in the chair. Okay, so now we can get together since you're cooperating. And now it's even better because instead of being a suspect in two horrific crimes, just one. Rocking back and forth in the chair. Woo! Woo! Tell you what, the butter bean was getting hot, heated up that day. Oh, you're really going to take it? Oh, great.
did you find when?
That's what makes me think of him.
That's what makes you think they found her?
Yes.
They really don't tell inmates things like that unless... Okay, remove that thought. Anyway. Beep. Erase.
To clear me from it.
Oh, to clear you? Wow. So can you tell me, when did you find out, or have you known this information for a long time and just kept it to yourself?
Well, no, I'm not.
Huh?
I've not known it that long.
You haven't known it that long?
No.
Okay.
This man just got out of jail not.
He just got out of jail?
Yeah, and he took something and had told me a few things.
Before he passed away?
Well, they found him dead in the cave.
So you've known since at least February then, right?
Yeah. But this man that the death that you just to take the grain of salt, you know. Because he's actually had.
He's what?
He acted crazy.
He acted crazy half the time? And he talked to you specifically about Summer?
Yes.
Are they gonna, so what?
And the only one I talked to was you,
So,
I went putting that out there.
Okay. Oh, well, shit. Yeah.
But they just won't make it fail.
Are they thinking more than that it's several people involved? Huh?
Yes.
Can you say what Roy told you? Or are you not allowed to?
I'm not allowed to, really.
Okay, yeah, don't get into trouble then. Maybe you can tell me down the road. Wait.
Yeah.
All right. It's really.
In the beginning, just hold your head up, and you'll come clean and up.
Well.
Yeah, let's just keep this a secret, Ziggy, as you put it on your channel. Way to go, Adrian. Way to go. You want to help in any case, whether Cotton Simpson, who I believe is who he's talking about right now, or Summer Wells. Let's just keep this a secret. Oh, okay. And then, boom. And didn't he get put like in solitary or something right afterward? Because he got in trouble for giving that information to someone that has nothing, and I mean nothing, to do with the case of Summer Wells. Nothing. Talking about it doesn't mean you're involved. Shh, we got big secrets today. Damn, you know.
This one was like crazy.
I can't understand you at all, unfortunately. The phone is so messed up.
Let me get the
Okay. I think he's gonna try to call me on another line, guys. I couldn't understand him at all. It sucks, man.
So I don't know if Fred is being honest about the whole Roy story. You can check out one of my other videos I did earlier on the first call with Fred. However, I did want to show he only lived about a 9-minute drive from Summer Wells' home. And he also did live right by Laurel Run Park, as well as was retired from Warrior State Path. The information's here.
I don't know that Roy has anything to do with it. I kind of think everyone, at least in the true crime community, has given up on the Roy thing. But we do know that Cotton Simpson is definitely deceased. As far as she being in a cave or thrown off a cliff, Chrissy is telling people to go to Justin's channel. What's going on? Is he live or something? Well, we're going to finish our show. I don't know what's going on. All right, so this is kind of what I'm looking at right now. And if you guys can pick out your own. John Forsyth as Dawn Wells. Linda Evans as Candace Wells. Broken Golf Doll said Al Corey as Hunter. Who is Fred? Pamela Sue Martin could possibly be Ziggy. Oh my gosh. One thing after another. One thing after another. Well, do you all have time for a little bit more action? Just a tad bit more. Helen said, stop it. Beverly's like, no, we're not doing that. No, not Dallas. This is a dynasty. Dynasty of the Holler. Woo. Woo. All right, let's get to it. All right, this is from Miss Christine's channel. May she rest in peace. Please do not say anything derogatory about Miss Christine because she is not here to defend herself, and she's basically just having an interview with Dawn talking about Chad Arnold, who is not off the radar, Ricky Crawford, who I believe has been confused at this point with Randy Paul Hill, also known as Andy, and of course, Fred the newlywed.
Everything out from under me and saying I have to go back to Tennessee. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I just assume that everybody's calling my probation officer and saying all kinds of bad stuff about me. I don't know.
Maybe.
I
think it was bullshit that they put you in SHU for that long.
They put me in solitary A block. That's where Fred Hill is. That's where Fred Hill is now. A block. He's probably got my old cell. A05.
Dang. You guys got a lot in common. Fred Hill's probably in my old cell. A block. Well, y'all know each other way more than you let on, but keep it up, buddy. Keep it up, Buttercup.
From what I heard, though, he's in there for protection reasons, though, ain't he?
That's what they told me.
I reckon he got pretty. He got a rude awakening when he come in.
Yeah. I don't know if I believe that story. He probably ripped somebody off, is what it is. Fred Hill used to roam around. I'd get up, like if I got up at 2 o'clock in the morning or something and looking around, he'd be out on somebody's horse with a flashlight, riding around for who knows what reason.
That's weird.
All night long. I caught him one time I went to talk to him. I've talked to him several times because I thought he has to know something. I caught him on other people's property, taking stuff from other people's property.
Oh, that's what he's doing on the.
What'd you do about it, Dawn? What did you do about it, Dawn? You've caught Fred, and these are big ass areas. I'm not talking about a residential area where you walk to your mailbox and you can see everything going on. How did you catch him? Unless you were with him, Dawn.
Forced him with a flashlight.
Well, he has a golf cart, and he was on a golf cart and taking people's stuff from other people's property. And I never said nothing till this point.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't want him to be lying and just trying to get out of jail and trying to work some kind of deal or something. That ain't cool at all.
He's been lying since day one.
But I don't trust him either, though. I don't.
I've been up to his house several times trying to get answers, and he started talking about meth monkeys out in the woods and everything else, stirring me off in the wrong direction. I mean, yeah, all kinds of wild stories he'd tell me, and I just leave there.
Another one.
Meth monkeys out in the woods? Are you talking about yourself, Dawn? Meth monkeys out in the woods. Okay. Okay. Does Tennessee, I'm pretty sure they do they not have a forestry department? Do they not have a department that takes care of wildlife? I know they do. I saw something about something that happened in Pigeon Forge when they had to go, and they were in, I think it was Gatlinburg, and they had to move, the bears out because they were hungry, and they had to take them somewhere else to feed them. So they missed all the meth monkeys that Don saw when he was spying on Fred. With all the things that Don knows, how did he not know that his daughter was in danger? Oh, that's right. He did know. He did know. Because he flat out said he always knew something was going to happen to her. Stupid me. Stupid me. Stupid, stupid, stupid me.
How do we know he's not even making this, dead men tell no tales, right?
Exactly. He's just trying to get notoriety, money on his books. That's all he cares about.
And I thought it was convenient when I found out that old Cotton was dead.
They did find out Cotton was dead. Real convenient. I have a feeling a lot of people knew Cotton was dead, but it didn't spill over until Fred was polygraphed for it, and Fred was told, you know things about Cotton's murder that nobody else knows. Cinnamon, hot, said they have a few monkeys at the shelter right now that cannot adopt out. Ooh, very, 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 very sad. Very sad. Well, we heard about those monkeys that were super upset that came from Tulane University, and they escaped from that truck. I don't know enough about the truck to call it exactly what it is. And they were like research monkeys. And I'd be in a badass mood too if I'd been injected with herpes, COVID, and AIDS all at the same time to see how I'm going to handle the medication they're giving me. I'd be a fucking mad monkey too. A mad monkey too. Goodness. Seeking justice. Ryan thinks he fell. Well, I tell you what, on the internet, everybody, I'm not talking about you guys. Whew. all detectives, all lawyers, all doctors, don't get me going. Hell, if you want some medical advice that you will never use on yourself, check on Daisy's channel, man. I'm telling you. By the skin of my teeth, that's about how close she is to solving every medical problem we have in this world, except for weight loss and laziness.
Exactly. He's going to blame it on the dead man. Really? Wow.
Sometimes
And
people
then-
will do things to get the, get the look off themselves. Blame it on a dead person. That's a good way to go about
Well,
it.
I'll guarantee you the detectives are trying to talk to him, but he keeps talking him way out in left field somewhere. And that's why I want to beat his ass so bad. Because he could be the person.
Hold on, what's going on with April? Is April not understanding? April said we can't do what? We can't talk about this case. I'm out. This is a waste of time. Well, either you want to listen or you don't, but there's no reason to pick on each other, okay? Thank you. I'm not buying it. Thank you, Brooks, for starting this community. The day of justice for Summer is dawning. You better believe it. You better believe it. April, you know you're not going anywhere and no one's bothering you.
Person responsible for Summer's disappearance because he got meth heads going in and out of our road day and night.
Let me look at this. Chad Arnold, Fred's best friend. Of course, they've basically all been arrested for meth. A-OK. Jason Arnold, found dead. He OD'd. Dustin Arnold, arrested for meth. Go figure. That's how you get into the fraternity. Cotton Simpson, drug arrests, who Fred said hid Summer's body by a waterfall. Cotton passed away, I have another word for it, in February of 2023. Gary Simpson, Carly Trent's uncle. We went through that case before. If we need to recap it, you can go back through the playlist and you can find it for yourself, or we can do it. I'm not doing it today. Marlena, friend of Summers in photo. That's Journey's mom. And I think that's what led up to the fast involvement by CPS. Very fast involvement. Something happened when she was there. That's why the vacation was cut short. That's why there was Grandis with the quickness, took her back home. Okay? CPS came up on the 14th, and that's when all the shit hit the fan. Daniel Hayes, Marlena's boyfriend, Journey's dad, arrested. I'm to the point with this case. Just tell me who doesn't do meth, who hasn't been arrested, and who is not a pedophile. Please, please, just let me know. Let's do some deductive reasoning and tell me who isn't part of the shit. Maybe that way we can get to the end faster.
Day long, all night long, and he could be the person responsible for Summer's disappearance. And he wants to sit there and talk crazy. The boy needs his ass beat.
Yeah, he probably gonna get that.
He needs it.
Eventually, he gonna get that.
He's looking at probably a decade in the pen, so
Yeah, he's
Well,
he'll get his fair share.
He wants to play games after my daughter's disappearance.
That's what's so bad about it.
Yeah, exactly. When the police was up there at my house, I says, "You're not going to go knock on Fred Hill's door or some of these meth heads around here?" I says, "Then let me the fuck out of the way, and I'll go do it myself." And they says, "Well, we can't stop you, Mr. Wells. You're a free man."
Damn it, April. You were doing so good yesterday. You had great comments on the Melody Buzzard show. I mean, great comments. I highlighted you over and over and over. There is no comments being taken down. Yes, share information when it's legitimate. Hell, share all the rumors you want. Just don't make shit up, okay? I was really proud of you yesterday. Okay, April? I really was. I'm in a good fucking mood this week, April. Have you noticed? My kids were over last night. We have Thanksgiving tomorrow. And I am never going to be the only one with the information. No, never. Never going to happen. Okay? I make a joke out of saying breaking news. There we go. See, April? See, we're getting along. She said that was a first yesterday. Thank you for that. That was very kind of you, and I was shocked with you. You're here, April. Just let's go with the flow. Let's just go with the flow, okay? Everyone take a deep breath. April, I'm going to give you some medical advice that Daisy gave Candace when it took her like 2 weeks to take a shit, and she told her to breathe like she was basically coaching her in a Lamaze class. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. It's going to be okay, April. I promise.
Man, I said, yeah, that's right. And I went over there and I drove to his house and I about kicked the fucking door in. And he's like, oh, yeah. Well, I seen some meth heads up there on the ridge and blah, blah, blah. And talking all kinds of crazy. Yeah.
That seems awful suspicious to me.
Cannot get a straight answer out of him for nothing. And here he is playing games again on Ziggy's Live and everything else. Cannot get a straight answer out of him.
He's right. He is also detoxing at this time when he was
exactly
there rattling off. So
he's a everyday user. He shoots that crap in his arm.
Yeah, and it's
so
gonna
he's
take a
probably
minute
been
for his
sick
head to
for
get
the last
straight.
week. Yeah, for the last 2 weeks. he's been sicker than
I felt sorry for him, and I give him a black truck. I says, you haul that stuff off, whatever, because I didn't want to clutter up my driveway. He hauled that crap off. I says, the motor's good. It's a brand.
Okay, Don, who hates Fred, gave him a black truck to haul a bunch of shit off because he didn't want his driveway cluttered up. I don't think I need to show you all a picture to know that clutter is not an issue for the Wells family. Okay? Hell, you got a junked out school bus out there. You've got couches. You've got a refrigerator used for target practice. But something needed to be taken away. Need I remind you of the you got a nasty ass mattress out there, which Don says is gross because, well, he didn't use the word gross. He had another word for it because Jose and Allie were using it because she likes it doggy style. And so that whole stain at the end, at the top of it is from her head. And I'm like, listen, I don't need that visual, but now I've got it in my head and I can't stop with that. But now we want things cleaned up. Super duper, super duper.
Brand new motor, board 30,000 over. You know, and all he needed to do was put a harmonic balancer in it. But he held it straight to the junkyard for meth. I think it was, oh man, I don't know.
And honestly, the best place he could be is jail because
Absolutely, I agree with you 100% on that.
I mean, you know,
that's right.
At least they'll keep him off that crap for his head to get right, and maybe he might have an answer to something, and then they can give him a lie detector test, and then maybe they'll get somewhere.
Yeah, I agree with you. There was a lot of traffic coming in and out of our hauler because of Fred Hill. He needs to own up to this shit. That fucking asshole needs to own up that he's the fucking reason.
Okay, hold on. Do you all think, and I know everyone throws everything away that Don says, but remember, a broken clock is right twice a day. Do you think there is any validity in what Don is saying? That all the traffic coming through is to see Fred, the street corner pharmacist. Okay? The pharmacist for the holla. Holla. Holla back, girl. I believe Dawn on this one. Not because I want to, but because it makes sense. Everyone check on Luana. She said, thanks for that vision, Brooks. Can't make it up. Let me tell you what. I mean, I've had some doggy style sexual encounters. Okay. Yes, I have. But I've never gotten a mattress so greasy in the process. Just not my thing.
All that traffic was coming in and out of our holler. And I want to beat his ass so bad and make him realize this.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And another thing is him having that horse, you know. And I was wondering, like, if somebody, you know, if they could have lured Summer to the road with a horse or with an animal, you know, because the dog, you know, they traced her footprints and her smell.
Well,
her scent
I'll promise you that Summer would never leave our property, but there's the possibility that someone could have lured her, like you just said.
There's a little kid that's 5 years old.
Right.
They don't know.
Right.
I mean,
That's
you look
right.
something that they love, like a horse or a puppy or
That's
a
right.
You don't know.
Yes, that's right. That's a possibility. I don't think she would ever leave from around our house unless she was lured, like you said.
Because have you ever watched them shows that they do? Because they'll get
Yeah.
the parents sit up and they'll go,
Yeah.
you think your kid wouldn't talk to a stranger? And every
That's
one of them,
right.
every time they do it.
Absolutely.
You know, people like that,
Yep.
they're so manipulative. They know what they're doing and they plan it ahead of time.
That traffic going in and out of the holler, in and out, in and out, and in and out. And I'm not, I'm going to tell you right now, far be it from me to say that maybe there were some little under deputies and maybe a few higher people in Hawkins County Sheriff's Department that knew what was going on in the holler, but just left them alone for just a certain little kickback. I'm not saying drugs, but maybe they say, hey, yeah, here you go. I'll give you some money or whatever they do. But the traffic on Ben Hill Road is due in part, a big part, to Fred and Laura, verified by their criminal record, Dawn and Candace Wells, and I will tell you right now, Jody Sue Brown, and her ex, Andy Bernard. They were all in the shit. All in the shit. Now their dynasty will fall apart when certain agencies get involved, as in CPS, and they certainly don't want law enforcement around. So when one gets in trouble, they all get in trouble. Who's the main focus of the CPS investigation? That is Summer Moon Utah Wells. She got to get gone. As Dawn said, she got gone, buddy. Because that messes up the entire dynamic of what they have going on. If they're just living their normal life and planting flowers on a Tuesday afternoon, there wouldn't be all this commotion, my friends. No. Let me take a second to tell everyone thank you for all the support of this channel. Angel P, 10 Crime Lines and Lies memberships. My goodness, girlfriend. I'm not buying it. Thank you for the super sticker. Helen, Poppy Rudd Mustang. My goodness, it's been a year for you. Nicole, thank you for the super sticker. Here we go. Look at all these memberships coming in. Discoms, Maylin Romero. You guys are the absolute best. They've all said it in one way or another. One way or another, they've all said it. Hell, Fred's, another relative of his, put up a Facebook post many years before Summer disappeared and said, in these hills, we don't call 911, we call family.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. Yes,
And they
ma'am.
sit and wait and watch. And, I said from the beginning, I said, it's got to be somebody close by there. That I
Yep.
think, because they're sitting watching and
Yep.
waiting for the right second, just the right second.
I agree. But there's one thing we got to stick with. There are two things we got to stick with. The boys are the last one that seen her go down in the basement. And
Yeah.
number two, the dogs, the police dogs, followed her scent, not down the driveway, but down the dog trail, and they're dead ended on the road.
Okay.
That's what
So
we have
still
to go
right by
with.
the road. That's still right
Yeah.
by the road.
Right. Which means she was thrown in a vehicle. And
That's what I
Fred Hill was leaving out that time, hauling some scrap metal off at that time.
Oh, yeah, I heard that on the.
Did he have a red truck?
No, he doesn't. He has a yellow Nissan.
What about that cotton?
I have no idea. I have no idea on that. I don't know. I just don't know.
Did you know cotton?
No, I don't. The only people that I know is the people I work with all them years, Tucker Drywall, and all of them pretty much.
Yeah, Don doesn't know anybody, but he knows that all the traffic comes from Fred's bullshit, right? He don't know anybody. He does know that he had sex with Crystal Spencer to the point where Candace was pissed off because she was getting Dawn's Long Dawn Silver, throwing it up her hallway, throwing that hot dog in that hallway. Yeah, he don't know any of them. He's either slept with them, had sex parties with them, did drugs with them, but he only knows the people he works with or church folk. That's all he knows because he's a commandment keeper.
Disowned me after this happened.
Dog trail.
Yeah.
That goes right up to that flat spot before your driveway, correct?
Yes, it does. I put in that little Mary's husband used to work at the school in Church Hill. He had a trailer house on the property of the school in Church Hill, that elementary school. Mary and her husband, I can't remember his name. So, what was his name? But yeah, he gave my mom that playground equipment from the school, and I put it in there for my kids.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, but it's only like, it's right good by the road, pretty much. That flat spot you're talking about,
Yeah,
it's right there.
right.
Don, do you know who a Chad Arnold is?
Yes, I do.
And somebody asked me. Said,
Yeah,
Kim,
Chad Arnold was
He
married
died.
to. No, he didn't die.
I thought he died.
Not that I'm aware of, anyway. But Chad Arnold was at Fred Hill's house when when Candace was looking for Summer. She drove.
Thank you, Val Ventura. You're right. Don is a cokehead. He likes the crack. He likes the ice. He likes the coke. That's the reason he can get a drywall job done so fast, because he can get real hyped up on the Coca-Cola. You know what I mean? Hence why he made that big comment about how he took all that money out of the bank to go to Knoxville to buy drugs to prove that he doesn't need to sell Summer for drugs. Okay. Okay. But then he said he went down to Knoxville to one of those damn hotels for a Christian ministry meeting with $2,000 and a bunch of crack cocaine. Okay. Sounds like a church I wouldn't want to go to. Holy fuck.
Back in the holler to Fred Hill's house, and Chad Arnold was hanging out back there. I've been to Chad Arnold's house before, and he had all kinds of people hanging out in his
Was he a
shed.
cracky?
Is he what?
Was he like a meth head like Fred Hill?
Yes, yes. Chad Arnold loves his meth. Yes, he does. I went to visit him. Chad Arnold trains horses and stuff. He's really good at that. But he loves his methamphetamines.
That's,
Is he a offender or anything? Is he on the registry?
Not that I'm aware of.
Because I did see quite a few around.
Why would anyone ask Dawn if someone's on the registry, as in registered sex offender, anything like that? Do you think Dawn would give a shit either way? They're talking to him like he's got some sort of moral code. But hey, I'm here for it. And Dawn loves to put down meth heads. You know why? That's like an alcoholic that only drinks, wine, looking down at people that drink Jim Beam, going, oh, that's a whiskey drinker. That's a whiskey drinker. Or an alcoholic that's like, oh, I just drink light beer. And they're like, oh my God, that person is always drunk on gin. Oh, I can smell it from here. I only drink light beer. Look at me. Yeah. He's always got an issue with meth heads. They're just meth heads. They love those methamphetamines. Dude. Your vitamin C does not make you pure. Okay, Dawn?
There whenever I looked. I pulled it up,
I went to his wife's house and visited with Chad Arnold a few times for various reasons, trying to get truck parts or whatever. And yeah, he's definitely showed me some big pieces of yeah, he's definitely into that stuff.
Did Fred Hill act like he had something like schizophrenia or something?
Yeah, he has meth-induced schizophrenia. Yes.
Okay, Dawn says it right there. Fred has meth-induced schizophrenia. What is meth-induced schizophrenia? Asking for a friend because I am not in any way, shape, or form a doctor. What is meth-induced schizophrenia? Has anyone told Ziggy that the love of her life has meth-induced schizophrenia?
Yeah, I've heard
that. I have too. Yeah. It's almost like psychosis from meth. It causes psychosis and
exactly.
Well, if somebody's already predisposed to getting it, it actually pushes it along. Some people can have it their whole life and not get the side effects from it, but the drugs can push it to it.
I've seen a difference in people because some people don't act the same on that stuff. You can see some people on that like they completely lost their daggone mind. Like, like.
Do you think Chad Cotton and Fred took some, or somebody just asked me that question?
I have no clue.
Okay, Jinkies I believe this is Jinky's voice. Do you think they took Summer? He said, I have no clue. Well, I don't think we need a clue anymore. I think this investigation, which is going to take a very long time and might turn into another investigation and another investigation and another search and another search warrant, is going to get to the bottom of it, because it's somebody that they know. And they're the ones with all the damn problems. You feel me? They're the ones with all the problems. They're all very well connected with each other. Very well connected. They knew who's got the drugs. They know who's got the money. They know who's delivering. They know who's selling. They know all of that. They know it. But you can't have a government agency come into the holler and flip it upside down and say, now hold on. Something is not good in the hood here. Hence why Candace dropped her stuff in October of 2020 when Jose was there, Don came in, all hell broke loose, and then this is what she said. I was just drunk. I just had a drop because I was just drunk. Because she knows that this is going to be a shitstorm and a half if they open up the gates and they come in and start investigating what they're really doing out there.
But it's just like Dudley. That weekend, I guess he went and done dope all weekend. He showed up Monday. I guess I fired him Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember.
Broke one wing.
I can't deal with that stuff. He said I ripped him off for money and everything else. He's lying.
Oh yeah, well he lied too on that interview.
Yes,
He
ma'am.
tried to act like he was such a good, upstanding.
As a sus, like a friend party.
That you didn't
No,
know.
we didn't really have friends over there. But people might show up, like, you know, there was a few people that might show up begging for money. There's a few people, I won't mention them by name and I won't put them out there like that, but we had a few people that might show up that was begging for money so that they could go get their pills or whatever they wanted. I recognized that and I understood that, but Candace's mother or whatever didn't quite understand that, but I understood that. But usually they might loan them $10 or $20 and they'd go their way. I won't mention them by name, you know, or anything. But as far as a party, no.
I think it was pretty much a question just to see if anybody who was up there suspect.
More of a gathering, not really a party.
Yeah.
The only gatherings. Yeah, we had gatherings with our kids, you know, because we loved them, and we bought I buy fireworks all the time, and like I said, me and Candace ain't perfect. We might have a drink or two or three. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. And with that,
Don bought fireworks, and him and Candace might have a drink, 2 or 3, because other than that, they're teetotalers. Listen, these people are dark. They have a very, very, very dark history. These are social deviants that do not apply societal polite laws to their life. They hang out in the holler, which is nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. Your home is your home. But they use theirs as almost like a place to be reclusive, to do the nasty shit they want to do. And we've heard it all. We've heard about pedophilia. We've heard about drugs. We've heard about domestic violence. We've heard about felons with weapons. We've heard it all. We've heard every single bit of it from their mouths. Not anything I'm thinking. No speculation here. They've said it.
That's pretty much.
Oh, Marlena's daughter's birthday party.
I don't know about that. Yeah, she was up there for a while. You know, Marlena's daughter, but Marlena, I don't want to say nothing bad about her either. I've already said all I've had to say about her. Journey, you're talking about Journey. Yeah, Marlena's daughter's name is Journey. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, man, well, I've already been through that.
Yeah.
These people go out and steal and sell whatever they steal for drug money to get high. I mean, that's what they do. We try to keep them away from our house and stuff, but on the other end of the spectrum, you know, like Marlena, we tried to help her out, and until we realized that she just wanted money for drugs, you know, and she would dump her daughter off at her house, and you know, it's a sad situation. But about 2 weeks before Summer come out missing, I told Candace, you need to take Journey to her grandparents' house or her cousin's house and get her. We ain't doing this, you know, because Marlena.
That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Grandis took Journey. Something happened up there. Something happened up there. Grandis grabbed her, metaphorically speaking, and took her back home without even a warning or anything. Marlena has confirmed it. Her aunt has confirmed it. They have talked to police about it. Everyone knows. Someone, I'm going to assume, is a family member of Marlena's, made a report about what Journey said. Because let me tell you something right now. CPS is not going to raise the roof to go to the Wells house on the 14th of June, 2021 to talk about BB guns around dogs. Too freaking bad. No, no, no. Their pattern has been laid in stone since their teens.
I would just dump her off at her house and just leave her there and go out and party or whatever she was doing. And I'm not going to do that. So about 2 weeks before Summer come missing, Candace took Journey to her grandparents' house and put her in safe hands. And then about
sounds like that's where she needed to be, maybe right then.
Right, yeah, because Marlena was just dumping her off at her house and just leaving her. We wouldn't even see Marlena. She didn't give a damn, to be honest. Marlena was the type of person, if you was friends with her, she'd come over to your house, and if you wasn't home, she'd steal everything off your porch and everything else and go sell it for drugs and buy drugs and everything else. She was doing it to her own sister. She was doing it to us and other people that we know of.
Drugs, 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 drugs. Not a shocker. Pedo, 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 pedo. No surprise. All of this has come out of their mouth. Every bit of it. Every bit of it. Every bit of it. Prayer Gardens in chat. Everyone say hello to her. A little birdie told me that she was recently married and she's having a baby. A little baby, a little baby, a little baby. Well, it was a big deal to me last night. I know everybody's getting tired, ready to get out. My daughter-in-law came over for Thanksgiving with, of course, her husband, my son, and my youngest son. And Of course, I had to see the belly, which is something that a lot of pregnant women get really tired of people just looking straight at your stomach, but it happens, okay? And I felt the baby kick or move around. And I was just like, wow, my grandbaby is in there. But obviously, this is Prayer Garden's child coming, and I'm really, really happy for you. Really happy. All right, I'm going to run off here. You guys are the absolute best. I know this has been a longer show, and it makes people a little anxious when it goes a little too long, and I didn't mean to do that. It just seemed like we were in a really good discussion. So I hope everyone has an amazing Thanksgiving. An amazing Thanksgiving tomorrow. Okay? Eat all the good stuff. Post your pictures. Don't let people put memes up saying, we're all eating the same thing. We don't need to show our pictures. Celebrate the way you want. Hell, last night, two of my sons and I, here we are on the screen. That's me. I'm the one that looks like I'm in middle school next to my sons. They're in the middle. We had a barbecue last night. And then tomorrow, we're having our normal Thanksgiving. You know, the green bean casserole. I mean, the whole 9 yards. Every bit of it. And I hope you all enjoy everything that you do tomorrow, even if it's just Netflix and chill. Sometimes when you have a day off work, you're like, today's not a family and friends day for me. It's more of a pajama and watch what's ever on TV. So you enjoy. And I think I've got another show I'm working on. I think it'll be like 2 or 3 this afternoon. So, hey, make sure you all are back because I love chatting with you. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you, Mod Squad. Thank you for all the contributions for the channel and for being, well, the best friend that anyone can have on the nasty internet, and especially the nasty gutter of YouTube.